She wanted to control her own narrative. But the royal family had a different plan. And their weapon? The British press. Take the Daily Mail, for example. Since Megxit, the Sussex's royal exit in 2020, they've published an estimated 6,200 articles about Meghan Markle. 4 stories a day, every day, for 5 years. They call her attention-seeking. But how do you ignore someone while dragging them into the spotlight over 6,000 times? This isn't journalism, it's character assassination. It's persecution, dressed up as headlines and bylines. But maybe this was never just about Meghan. Maybe she's not the scandal. Maybe she's the signal, the case study, the latest in a line of people who crossed the crown and paid for it. The dark arts of royal warfare. When Meghan married Harry, 2 worlds collided. The easygoing speak-your-truth freedom of California up against the tight-lipped, tradition-bound institution of the monarchy. To be fair to Prince William, he saw it coming. He warned Harry. He knew what the consequences could be, but Harry followed his heart. At first, the firm smiled politely. They offered Meghan the script: obey, blend in, kiss the ring, smile on cue, curtsy on command, know your place. But when she didn't fold and Harry stood beside her, the gloves came off. Ask Diana. Once you stop playing their game, you're not family, you're a liability, a threat, a problem. And once you're seen as a problem, the system doesn't reform, it removes you, isolated as a weapon. Another critical weapon in the royal arsenal? Isolation. They don't drag you out in public, they just make sure no one stands beside you. Princess Diana, adored by crowds, abandoned behind palace walls, a princess in title, but a prisoner in practice. Meghan, same pattern, new packaging. The Beckhams, once wedding guests, now whispered to be cold. Harry's military mates and Eton crew slowly disappeared. Support the exile and you risk being exiled yourself. You don't need to attack, just let people drift until they leave the exile standing alone. It's a slow burn and it works masterfully. The royal warning system. The campaign against the Sussexes isn't just about silencing them, it's about sending a message. Challenge us and you won't know peace. We won't attack you. We'll let the silence, the press and the whispers do it for us. Harry's exes understood. They dated the prince, but none of them married him. They knew that the RF was no place for a liberal-minded young woman. They saw the machine, they felt the heat, and they stepped away. Meghan? She jumped in head first, thinking charm, American confidence, and a bit of California magic could soften centuries of control. She didn't realize the institution doesn't bend. It breaks what doesn't submit. The playbook repeats. Meghan tried to change the game, but the crown doesn't play games, it outlasts them. Attack by isolation, crush with silence, win with the press. We've seen this before with Diana. We're seeing it again, just more quietly, but just as devastating. No need for statements, no need for scandal. Just sustained pressure until something cracks. By the time the target understands what's happening, it's already too late. Different face, same playbook. How many more will it take before we recognize the pattern? This isn't about the UK or its people. Britain has a rich legacy of culture and journalism, but even the oldest institutions deserve some scrutiny, especially when their power hides in plain sight.